Okay, we're all good. Hey, Incentia, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're back here. I did a lot of refactoring in the last little while. I also implemented some new features, which I'm going to show off in a minute. But yeah, last night I had to like fix the game because it wasn't compiling. Because I was trying to improve compile times. I think I managed to improve them a little bit. Especially the incremental compiles. So hopefully that will be shown on stream today. But one thing actually, let me just show off what it looks like, and then I'll show off the stuff that I built for it. So basically, remember how I was working on the particles? I think I have a way cooler looking like hit particle, right? And the way I did that, is I completely... Hey, Paulo! Nice to see you. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. So, if we look at the hit particles here, I've actually implemented a whole new particle editor. So basically, we now have all these parameters that we have curves for, and we can set how they change over time. And, yes. Hi, Tutu. I am here. Sorry, I was dealing with some, like, Google account shit to get into YouTube, so it was annoying. But anyway, we're all good. You can see the particle editor working in real time. If we look at the fire here, new fire effect as well, by the way, you can actually see there's some logs in here. We can select the fire pit, if I can, or the smoke emitter, which is this one right here, and I can kind of tweak those knobs. It's kind of like inspired by like how a synthesizer works. There's like an ADSR envelope, but basically, so you have all these parameters here, so I can then look at like the opacity over time, and you can see that it sort of fades out near the end here, but if I pull this back, it fades out quicker. If I pull this way, it fades out slower. And I can do some weird things where I can make it like fade in slower, right? Or like start slower, like later, right? And so we can do all sorts of things with the curves. Also, I can make it so that the color changes over time. If I can find where I put that control. So that actually might be something we work on today. But anyway, so I have like, I can make the color like turn black at the end if I change the, yeah. So I change this, I can make it like fade to black, or like I can even change it to like a different color at the end, which is pretty cool, you know? And we can change the duration of that too. Right. So I need to like, unfortunately the color doesn't have a nice UI like the curves do here. So it could be something that we work on today. I could make some curves for the color, which would be pretty cool. And then also, yeah, so I think that particle system is pretty cool. So one more thing that I wanted to do today, and we might get to it later. Oh yeah, and I don't know, this is like pretty subtle. I don't even know if YouTube is gonna catch this, but using this system is how I you see these like spark particles as they kind of like decay, they turn into like, can you even see that little black dot? They turn into like ash, right? So like they fade out and the embers like turn into like ash, which I think is pretty cool. So there's a lot of things like particle wise that I kind of want to work on to just kind of make the whole system work a little bit nicer. Oh, this guy's coming at me. I can't get a combo off on him. He attacks too fast. So maybe that's the strat with this guy. You gotta roll. No, he just keeps getting me. Okay, there we go. Got a combo. Yeah, so the new, like, the combo system, I changed it to be based on, like, you can now have combos, which I think is pretty cool. Because, like, before, you could just, like, keep attacking and, like, stun lock people. So, no, I made it so that knockback now only applies, after you get in multiple hits. Do we have critical strikes yet? No. I don't really like the idea of, like, a critical strike, because it's, like, kind of random. Like, I don't know. I don't really like randomness in combat. I kind of like it to be all based on things that you do on your end. But, I don't know. Maybe I could do something like that. It's like when you roll a fucking natural 20 in D&D. But, anyway. So, one more thing I wanted to do, and this is, I need to get this done, like, by tomorrow, is, you see this tower over here? So, anyway, shout out to GP Direct, graphics programming Discord. We're doing a showcase, and I want to have like a money shot of the tower in the showcase. But problem is the tower looks good, but there's not a lot of stuff around it. So I want to like I want to get like a good shot of the tower for that, for the video. But before that, I think what I'm going to do, I think what we're going to work on right now is these colors for tweaking the particle colors. I want to have that be like a curve, right? So that we can adjust the points over time instead of having to sort of drag these sliders here, right? So with that, I'm gonna get the music on, and then we're gonna get going on the on some more particle work. So can we hear that? Yeah, audio's good. Audio's good. Okay, cool. So yeah, we're gonna work on here, and then hopefully the Froyak! Well, welcome. Nice to see you here. Yeah, we're gonna work on having like a better editor for this thing. So one thing I'm gonna mention is that here on these particle editors we have 4 control points, but for the color we only have 3. I don't think that's that big of a problem, especially just because, like, you know, I don't think you need as many for the color, but also it's like it's more data to have to send to the shader. So I didn't want to have like basically 4 control points for like 3 floats each or whatever for the colors, but you know, we can work on that. So with that, I'm going to get into editor.cpp. My newly slimmed down editor.cpp, because now we have editor core, which I have taken 1,300 lines of editor.cpp and put them into a new file. I could probably take more, but the, you know, we'll do that as, because like editor.cpp was like 10,000 lines. Now it's like 8,600 lines. I don't know. I mean, I could do more, but it took me a lot to actually get down to here, but we'll have to deal with. But anyway, so we're gonna go look at the particle editor. I mean, I could put particle editor in like its own file, and maybe that would sort of make things a little bit faster to work with, but for now I think it's fine. So we got the parameter curve editor here. This edits like a, so parameter curve is basically 4 time points and 4 values. But this alternative representation uses 3 vec3s and 3 floats. So I'm going to take my parameter curve editor and I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to rename this color curve editor. And it's going to take I guess it's got to take a reference to a vec3. So I'll call this C0. And we can get rid of these limits because it's colors, so we're going to know what the limit is. So this is going to be C0, C1, and C2. And then that's also going to be T... T0, T1, and T2. So we're using implot, which is a very cool IMGUI extension, which allows you to make those nice graphs. And you can even edit them like I was doing. So, the times, it's going to be the value, I guess it's going to be T0, T1. Actually, the way that it's kind of... Let me see. So I need to reformat this, how it's set up. But this gives like a transition and then a duration. So this is actually going to be T1 plus T... Oh, actually. Wait. Sorry, I'm thinking. Because you definitely need to specify... Yeah, okay, so no, that's fine. That's T1 plus T0. And then... I guess this is going to be all 3 of them added up. Because this is using deltas, which I think actually in hindsight is not a great idea, but I can fix that later. But right now we're just gonna do it like this. And then at the end here, okay, so the values, it's gonna be just... Oh, actually in this case, I actually gotta figure out how to set a color for, so we're gonna go into, I saw the new fucking fire, by the way. It looked great. Thank you. So, is there a way in implot to set a color? I know there is, because I saw it on their, color. Oh! 2D heat map. Oh, maybe there's a, I mean, we could, plot shaded. That's probably what I want. Filled region between 2 lines, or a line and a... One moment. I'm gonna take a look at the, Sorry, this is me, like, figuring out how to use the, API as I'm writing it. And on stream. So, I'm gonna look at the implot demo and see how they do it. 1 second. So they have a very nice live demo on their, that they link on their GitHub. So we got filled line plots. Ooh, okay. Shaded plots. Oh, I see. So it does like a scatter plot. This is just a different. I mean, maybe there's a different subplots, axes. Oh, okay. This lets us set some different colors. Drag points. This is what I was using to do the, and you can see they have like a Bezier curve here. Bezier. So, how do we do a custom styles? Custom rendering. I'm just gonna keep scrolling until I find the thing that I'm looking for. Line plots. Because they had, I saw on their GitHub, they had one that had like a bunch of different colors. Polygon plots. That's interesting. Histogram. Ooh. Digital plot. Images. Okay, we got per index colors. This is what I want. Okay. That looks fantastic. So, I think we'll just do the regular, and then they got the code for it in this side here. We're gonna use these colorful shaded plots. No. Yeah, colorful shaded plots is what we use. So, so it just does plot shaded. So let's copy this. Into our line here. Wait, why is it not? Did I not copy that? Come on. Control C. Why is it not copy paste? Anyway. I know that what I need to do is the plot shaded. Wait. Why does it not have the one with the color? Is this like an... Are we using the same version of Ion Plot here? Color shaded one. Okay. Oh, it's this Ion Plot spec. Yes. Okay, I see. I see. So we're gonna plot shaded. So implot plot shaded. Okay, so the X values are gonna be my times here, which is fine. And so I don't have values. The values are just gonna be I'm just gonna set them all to 1. And there's gonna be 5 of them. Also, there's 5 of these. Why are you complaining? Oh, that has to be values. We can get rid of all this stuff because we're just gonna set the range to 1. There won't be any vertical zooming, so I can just set that. I can always set the axis. Okay. We won't be zooming, so that's fine. I can get rid of these Y value ticks here. So the count is going to be times dot size. The reference level is going to be 0. X scale, yeah, 1.0. I guess it's a double. X. Wait. Oh, wait, 1 second. I need to give it X's and Y's. So, the Y's is going to be values.data. So, actually, all these need to... 1 second. So, that's actually going to be... this version of the function there. So, we're gonna, yeah, sorry. Okay, so the Y reference is 0. And then now we need to fill out this, spec, which, I guess, what do we got? Dot colors? Is there a... What's the, what are the options in here? Oh, fill colors. Dot fill colors. Equals, oh, I guess we gotta have, 5 of those as well. It's a U32, so we need to, we need to convert our colors, so we have C0 dot... How do I get a U32 out of this? Okay, wait. I have code for this somewhere. So a U32 is basically, I assume this is... Yeah, okay, so... Oh, maybe IamGUI has a... Okay, yeah. Actually, cool, we can just use the IamGUI, conversion. So, why can't I copy paste from that friggin' website? Color... what was it called? Get color U32. Get color U32. Fantastic. Then I'm gonna do that also needs to be a IMU32. Oh shit, no, it's the wrong friggin' box. ImGUI U32. Get color U32. Then it's gonna be imvec4. We're gonna do C0 dot X. Yeah, we'll create our imvec4 this way. Y, Z, and then 1.0. The alpha is going to be controlled by the opacity option here. So, It's a parameter that's done in a different way. Okay, why is this? Why don't you like that? Oh, it's because it's also called colors. So this is called colors. And so now we need to also set C1, C2. Okay, cool. So that should be all the colors. Now you can see the last two are repeated on each side, but that's just... that's how this editor works. Because you can, like, modify the times, I guess. So, so basically what I want to do is I want to take my parameter curve editor. I'm gonna replace this tint things here. We're gonna take these three. We're gonna call color curve editor. We're gonna call it tint. It's gonna take our particles.lifetime. Lifetime. It's gonna take our oopsies. It's gonna take our particles dot start tint dot peak tint, and then dot end tint, and then these are all pointers to that. And then we gotta get our 3 times, which is going to be particles dot start tint transition, particles dot peak tint duration, and then particles dot end tint duration, or end tint transition. And then we can get rid of that. We can go into our guy here. We can add our colors at the bottom here. That will be C0. Sorry, we're just okay, so that's gonna be C1. And yes, we have to convert to sRGB because IMGUI color picker is funky. C2. So, getting there. Okay, so, our fill colors. We're gonna set that to colors here. Then, now we just need to deal with actually editing the curves here. So, our T... yeah, so we're gonna add a drag point here. I guess this is gonna simply set the times here, and then at the end we will we'll go ahead and write them out to the colors. So times is gonna be equal to I think, yeah, we can just literally do times is equal to new time. And And we can just, yeah, do that. Okay. That's going to clamp everything to the correct values. And then we don't need to clamp the value because we won't be modifying the value here. We're only modifying the time. And this can actually just be times. And then value is going to be 1.0. So now, okay, what do you not like about this? Is that it's a float. Okay, what do you not like about... No viable... Oh. I guess we can just do t in this case. Awesome. Just to make it clear. Just because IMplot likes to do everything as a double instead of a float. I use floats for everything, but, you know, they want the extra precision, I guess. So, it's just how it is. Okay, so I think this is almost ready. Let me just read this. Okay, that's obviously needs to be... Oh, I'm going to adjust this. I'm going to go from 1 to 4. So we're going to skip the times on either end. Okay, so now at the end here, we need to assign our times back again. So we need to do t0 is equal to times 1. That's fine. Also, we need to static cast it to a float. So this is where we do all the... Oh, also... I guess it needs to be in here. So T1 is now going to be times 2 minus time 1. And time 3 is now going to be times 3 minus times 2 plus time 1. And let's just bracket that for clarity. Okay, so, also, I guess it's T2. So this should assign to the correct things. So now, let's run it. Let's see if our compile times are any better. Wait, is there an error here? Let's take a look. Missing a something. Missing it. Yeah, one too many brackets there. And then that's something that we don't care about. It's a values. Oh, I rescind the question. Yeah. I fixed it. Yeah, because we're not modifying the two endpoints. They're staying where they are. Okay, what's our issue here? No. You don't like, Oh, it needs to be... Yeah, I think that's the issue. Yeah, so let's see if our compile times are any better now. We're waiting still, but it still might be faster. All right. Okay, that failed, but that wasn't too bad. Okay, why? It's a non-aggregate type. What are you talking about? This looks like an aggregate type. Can I not set the... Can I not set this with a designated initializer? Apparently not. Where'd my... thing go here? How do they set it? I guess I need to... We do... I still don't understand why I can't copy paste from this website. Do I need to, like... Oh, I'll view it on GitHub. There we go. I can copy paste from GitHub, hopefully. I can speak to PH Tom. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it could be that I'm using friggin' LibreWolf, which is a pain in the ass sometimes when it comes to using certain websites. As you well know, because I'm sure it tells you that my video is on at the wrong time. Yeah. Sorry, what was I doing? I was... He made that yeah, I know. I saw that it's... Yeah. But I'm saying it might not be his fault. It might be LibreWolf's fault. It might be my fault. Like, or the browser that I'm using, at least. So sorry, that was... They have it set to... this. So... so that's gonna be called colors.data, and spec shaded dot. I think, can I just make that 1 or 1.0? Maybe that works. Anyway, I find it very annoying that I can't use designated initializers for this struct. I would like to use designated initializers. I like them a lot. Alright, let's compiling that. All right, still compiling. Still could be faster. You can copy, by the way. Oh, there's a... Okay, cool. It just doesn't work if I control C, control V, I guess. Okay, so let's look at our color editor now that we have a... Also, we need some music in the game here. So, let's look at our hit particles. Now we have our color editor. So, if I change this to, like, I don't know, yellow, and then I... Can I... Okay, well, now I don't have my times anymore, but, Oh, okay, so something's happening. The color is actually changing. I think it's my control points are in a weird place, and I can't, force... So, I'm gonna bring back the times editor. So, I guess that's gonna be... and so also, if I edit this, and I'm gonna bring my times thing out of here, just so I can access it from there. Oh, didn't mean to add that extra guy here. Sorry, let's get the music back. sRGB yellow, my beloved. Yeah, it works now. So let's fix that. Times. Also, there should be a drag float 3. Times. Actually, should be starting at time 1, because we only care about the middle 3. Why can't you do... What do you have against that? Oh, because the drag double? No? Is there not a... Is there not a double one here? Okay, well then I will... Oh, this is annoying. Does IamGUI not have a... Also, I hate that CLion brings me to the CPP file and not the header file. Drag. Maybe it's in drag scalar. Drag. Okay. Maybe there's a drag scalar n. Okay, cool. So I need to give it my data type, which is, sorry, I have a method for this. Drag scalar. Yeah, here we go. I have a template thing. So, give it the data type. So now it should hopefully work. Let's color edit 3. I'm just wondering if there's a way to do like, oh, maybe there's some flags. Because I wanna hide the. I just want to have the dot. I don't want to have the numbers. No side preview. Disable the bigger color preview. Disable drag. Disable. Only show the small preview color. Yes. No inputs. That's what I want. Nope. Because I want to have these all on the same line. But we can do that when I get into the thing. So now, if I look at my thing here, and I set my... Wait, where's my thing? I don't have my times. So I can set the colors, but I want my times. Oh, something weird is going on here. Well, I don't have my... Did I put it inside the wrong... This is just not even being drawn. Why not? Huh. Come on. Okay, well, let's just continue doing this thing, because I wanted to do the, yeah. And then I'm also going to put these all on the same line. I probably also want no label, to be honest, as well. No label. Because I just want to have the 3 colors side by side with no, So then I'll do, IamGUI. IamGUI. Same line. 3 of those. Or 2 of those, I guess. So now... Okay. This guy's not... What if I put this at the end? All right. Because it could also be that I'm doing something else wrong, but I just don't understand. So let's look back at the, let's see, there's any more options here? Fill color. So it could be I'm calculating these numbers wrong. Times. T2. Wait, let me just see. So, yeah. Times minus 2 and T0 plus. Okay, that should be fine. That seems right. So now, let's click on him again. Where's my, okay, where's my times? It's just like, it's showing the thing, but I'm seeing no drag thing. Anyway, I have my 3 colors side by side, which is what I wanted. But, where's my friggin' time editor? Why are you hiding? The drag scaler, maybe. Drag scaler N. Oh, I have to friggin' name how many components there are. That's my problem. There are 3 of them. I just apparently didn't read the friggin' API. Okay, and then the speed is, okay, so it's data, sorry, it's data, then the number of components, which is 3, and then the speed, which is 0.1. Yeah. Apparently I can't read, that's the problem. So, how long is this going to take to compile now? I mean, these compile times are actually not that bad. It's mostly just... I would like them to be extremely fast for a stream. Just because, you know, it's... Dead air is not fun. So I have to, like, come up with something to talk about while waiting for it to compile. Like and subscribe. That's always a good thing to do. Okay, there we go. That's compiled. No, it's not compiled? It was lying to me? Or maybe I just... My render.cp... Yeah, I don't know why this is taking... I mean, it might be including something like... I mean, it's including a lot of things, actually. Like, if we go up here... There's a lot of includes because it needs to be able to edit a lot of different things. But I can probably improve that later. Alright, so... Where's my friggin' editor? Okay, there we go. We got our 3 times. So I'm going to call this 0.5. And we got our 3 control points now. Though, there, it's being fussy. 1. 0.2? Can I drag it without... Okay, so that's fine. Okay, so now... Oh. That's funny. This is doing weird shit now. So clearly something's off with that. It's saying it's being dragged, but it really is not. Interesting. So, that's definitely some math being wrong there. So, times 2. It's modifying times... Okay, so here we go. Put a breakpoint in here. So times 2. Can we look at that, or maybe not, because we're not in debug mode? Okay. The input is point... I'm thinking. Because somehow it's that these aren't getting, T2 plus T1 plus T0. Shouldn't we just be able to subtract these? Oh, my... Okay, I see. My bad. We actually don't, because it's... That's the issue, because that one's already got the two added together. Okay. Also, you use PCH, maybe that helps. It probably does. It probably does help. I mean, I could set that up. But I honestly think that the way PCH is... Because you can only have, like, one PCH file, can't you? Like, the way it works in CMake is kind of silly, I find. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe you can have multiple PCH files, but, like... I seem to remember you can only have one. And also, like, it injects the code into your project whether or not you actually include the file. Like, I kind of wish that you could, like... You could just say, I want this header to be precompiled. Yeah, I kind of wish you could just take a header file that already exists and say, I want this to be precompiled. You know, and it actually only happened when you actually include it. Because I believe CMake just injects the file into all your files. Which I find is kind of annoying. Yeah, but I want to manually include it. I don't want it to be automatic, is the thing. I think it... Because then it's including stuff which I never included. Yeah. Okay, so now let's see. Okay, there we go. Well, it's a little sensitive, but... Now I have my 3 points. These should, I guess, technically be limited, but, you know, that's fine. So, oh, God. Why are these two affecting each other? Something's wrong here. I thought I... Anyway, so what happens if we change the middle one? Nothing. But if I change the last one... Okay, so... I mean, these technically should be in chronological order, so let's do 0.1. 0.5. 0.5. Okay. It's not interpolating. I wish it would interpolate. Maybe there's an option for that. Because I'll change this to, like... Because this is just setting it to be a different color. But I want it to, like, interpolate. I only have 7 PCH, which I use everywhere. I know. I just don't think PCH is a perfect solution. Fill colors. Fill alpha. Yeah, 100%. Okay, so I gotta go back to looking at the example. How do they do it? Because they have like a gradation here. It's like it's not just a fixed color. Oh, okay, so can I not? I'm just reading this. I guess they just have a bunch of different ones. If I zoom in, does it eventually get to the point where it's like, Interesting. I don't... It seems like a pretty smooth thing. I'm just trying to figure out how to make it smooth. But I guess they just did it like this. Legend flags. Colors shaded. Spec shaded. Dot fill alpha. How do they do it? Let's go back to GitHub. Spec shaded. Okay. Okay, so I got... Let me read the header file. Okay, fill colors. Array of colors for each fill. Use fill color, all fills. Alpha multiplier, marker type. Marker line color. Marker fill color. We'll use the next color map or current fill array of colors, which is what I did. Alpha multiplier applies to each. Do I just need to like manually do all the ones in between? That would be annoying. Because they have like 1,000 points. So I'm wondering if it's just because they have so many points. I mean, I could do that. That would be annoying, though. Yeah, I'm thinking. I think I see a line there. I mean, YouTube is probably making that disappear. Oh, this is why that issue is happening. So I'm gonna set that there. Okay, so that way, I guess. How am I gonna do this with a bunch of different colors? Okay, so it looks like we're gonna need more interpolated values. So, you make a std vector. Interpolated colors. And it's going to be a M32. Yeah, okay. So, interpolated colors. I guess it could be an array. So let's do 10 shades in between each one of these. Yeah. So, we'll do 4 size T. Oh, shit. Oh, I can't. Because then it's doing it like, this is not as nice as I wish it was. Oh, actually. Okay, this is actually okay. This is fine. This is fine, actually, then. So that way, here's what I can do. So interpolated colors, we'll have 50 points. Then we'll do, yeah, I'm just taking a minute to think. Well, values, that should just be 1 for every value. So, values, there'll be 50 of them. So we're now plotting 50 values. And then this is going to be times. So, I equals 0. I is smaller than 50. Plus I. So what we're gonna do is, yeah, that's just gonna be called colors because we can get rid of this. So, this is gonna be maybe some jank ass code here, but, we will do float t is equal to I over 50. So, ooh, but I want it to get I equals 50. minus 1. Because technically, yeah, I think that's right. I might be off by 1, but probably not that bad. Float, yeah. So, we gotta do some math here. You're a CPP noob. Yeah, you know, it's okay. We all are when we, sometimes. So, the value is going to be, oh, I can copy my thing, my function from the shader, or maybe not. Okay, so, okay, so, thinking. So our thing is going to be, if t is greater than, t0. So, okay, so if it's less than t0, we're going to do, so I'm just going to set invec4 color is just default that. And then here we're going to do colors I is equal to get you 32 color. Oh, actually. Instead, I'm going to make this... Because I'm going to do the math in my own vector format, so this is going to be vec4. So just my my comath vec4. Okay, so if the t is less than t0, color is equal to also needs to be colors I. Color is going to be equal to C0, right? If, so this would be else, if, here, why is that? Why can't I? Oh, it's a vec3, not a vec4. So, yeah. That's fine. And you can't, oh, because we don't need you anymore. Okay, so, then it's going to be mix, or, also, this friggin' thing needs to go away. Auto hide. Okay, cool. So, comath mix C0 and C1, and the T is going to be T over so T minus T0 over C over T1 minus T0. Okay, getting it figured out now. So now we just, okay, why don't you like that? No, there's a, oh. Okay, so now, so that's if T is less than T1. So if T is less than T2, actually this should be greater than T0, actually. It's greater than T1. It's going to be T1, T2, T3. No. Oh, because there's only... Okay, wait. So that's going to interpolate between C1 and C2. I don't have a T3. Okay, so it's T2 minus T1. And then if it's greater than T2, then it's just going to be equal to C2. And then we're gonna set color to that. We're gonna set time to t, and we're gonna set time to t, and then we're gonna set value to 1. And now, what do we got here? So times, this now needs to be interpolated. And so now I'm just gonna do a const x per float. Sorry, const x per size t. Not Austrian 21. Hello, not Austrian 21. Great to hear you're not from Austria. I mean, I don't know. I have nothing against Austrians. Yeah, we're just doing some IMGUI editor for the colors in our particle system here. But I want it to smoothly interpolate between the colors. So, num steps, we're going to call that 50. 50u, just to be, actually, technically, that should be 50uz, you know, just to be correct with my types. And then this can be, that can be good. So, am I correct in this now? I guess when I plot my, this should be actual. Okay, I'm gonna call this actual times, and this is gonna be called just times. Yes. Oh, actually, nope. I'm gonna undo that. That's gonna be called times. This is gonna be called interpolated times. Here, when we plot the thing, we're gonna be plotting interpolated times for the actual plotting of the... Oh, we can get rid of that. We don't need that. For the actual plotting, we're going to do interpolated times, values, and interpolated times that size, which is 50, or should be 50. So now, let's try this. Let's try to see if this works. So, get my music going here while we wait. And then hopefully we'll have a much better gradation. It is annoying that I had to do that manually instead of IMplot doing the interpolation, but I guess that's just how it goes. While we're doing that, I'm gonna fix the shader because I think I screwed something up in the shader for this too. Or maybe we'll just leave it how it is, actually. I won't touch it because it works right now, so I mean, it should work. I mean, it could be incorrect, but okay, let's see what happens now. So now let's look at my particle editor here. We got hit. Oh, we got a crash. Time. Is there not? Did we... Times? Okay, what do we set times to? Ah! This is the problem. Interpolated times. Has to be there. So. We wrote to the wrong array, but I think this should be fixed now. All right, compiling again. So, yeah, waiting. Okay, so yeah, so basically what this should do is, like, you know, if it's gonna mix between the two colors when it's, or the three colors, depending on which side of this it's on. Okay, so let's pick that up. All right, 0.5, and let's make that 0.25. 0.25, and that's going to be 0.5. Okay, so now let's see what happens. Hey, that's a little better. Something's not right, though. It's not interpolating the correct colors. These are spaced way too close together. Yeah. Something. It's a little bit smoother, but something is definitely wrong. Something is definitely not right. But at least now we can edit these points without interfering with each other. So, yeah, this is wrong. So, back to it. What could be wrong here? Okay. So, color equals... it's these T values here. The other thing is my... So, this is... That seems right, because I should end at 1. The problem here is these... okay, actually, this is... Okay, so... This should go, instead of going to num steps, it should go to lifetime. So, multiplied by lifetime. Yes. So at... Okay, that fixes the T values. Well, some... Okay, so also, this should be, instead of... It is really annoying that these are deltas. I really wish that they weren't. But in this case, I can just times 1. Every time I have T's... Yeah. Times 2. Every time we see T1... Okay, wait. So T0 is going to be replaced with T1 here. Just to get everything correct. That's going to be now 0. No. That's going to be T2. Yes. Then, this is going to be T3. Okay. One more time. Also, that's... Fix that. Line 4573 too. 4573. Oh, I just fixed it right as I read that. I beat you. Beat you to it, Decker. All right, let's recompile this. All right. Chat lags, it does. I tried to make it faster, but you can only get it so fast while being reasonable. Alright, how's the compilation happening? I mean, I can probably speed up this compilation by moving some more stuff around, but we're working on it. Okay, so, what do we got here? Do we finally have a workable thing here. Ah, okay, that's looking better. We still got black on one side, though, which is kind of funky. So, that... Yeah, the colors are being weird. So red. And then let's set this to green or something. Let's set... Yeah. Changing the middle color here is doing weird things. Let's set that to blue. Yeah, something's not right. So this looks right. Okay, so now the color math looks wrong. Color. It could be that what happens when I move this? Nothing. Okay, because that can't go. Okay, so that works. Moving that one works. Can I move this one? Moving this one seems to work. But... Okay, so if I set this to bright red... Okay, so the first two values seem to work fine. It's the last value that seems to be wrong. So I seem to set this to whatever. So it's C... This last value doesn't seem to do anything. Yeah. So we got C1 and C2. C2? sRGB? Why is this so complicated? Oh, hi all! Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you. Haven't seen you in a little while. But, okay, so... It's these last two things that are causing an issue here. Yeah, we're just doing some ImGUI stuff, trying to make a color, like a gradient editor here. But something is off with this last value here, because it's... Okay, so this is T1. That's T... Alright. Yeah, almost everybody says that. It's 3 minus... Ooh. I'm trying to think. So how far T is over... times greater times 3 columns. Okay, times 1, 2, 3. Cause it, like, here's the weird thing is that my sleeping schedule was ruined. That sucks. Mine is not great either. Let's set that to black. And let's set this to... Okay, because it seems like something's happening with the color mixing. Because if I set this to black... Like, where is the green? There's no green in here. I just woke up. It's 8 p.m. Damn, that sucks. Maybe the X, Y... So maybe this color U32 thing is weird. Is it? Does it want things to be in the range of like 0 to 255 or something like that? Like, it might be this conversion thing here that's making it funky. RGB, XY... Oh, wait. Is IMVec... Okay, wait a second. How does IMVec4... Okay, it's XYZW. Okay. Like, I'm wondering if the order of the colors is messed up in... Okay, so... How does this do? This is... XYZ. Okay, no, that's right. RGBA. Yeah, that's what I would expect. Alright, I think we're going to need to do a debug mode here. Because, once again, these first two steps seem to be about right. It's this last thing between C2. So it could be that these times are... the timestamp is somehow greater than 1. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do auto A is equal to that. Do the same thing up here. And then we're going to go in debug mode, and we're going to... let's do a quick assert that A is less than 1.0 F. And that also that it is greater than or equal to 0. That should be and, not or. Just like to check my sanity here. People are quit AI coding? Well, 3 days too hot. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's hot because people are coding with AI, which is using so much power that it's warming the planet, which is true. The reason it's hot outside is because of AI. True words. I mean, it's because of a lot of things before AI as well, but also AI. Alright. Hopefully this will give us a proper error if something's wrong here. It's like, also the spacing seemed funky to me with the T value. Like, it didn't seem like it was 50. Like, it seems maybe my T's are too close together. Okay, so, oh, the other thing I should do is I should assert that my T is less than lifetime. Because it didn't look like 50 steps. Okay. Alright, let's see what's happening here. Alright, waiting for compilation. Hopefully it's getting better, but, you know. Oh, everybody showed up. It's 12:35. I'll probably go a little bit longer, because I did want to work on the tower a little bit. So I'll probably go until, like, maybe, like, at least 1:30, maybe later. 1:30 my time, which is, like, at least another hour. At least another hour. Alright, cool. Ah, shit, I forgot to do debug mode. I wanted to compile in debug mode. I gotta recompile that. Oh my god. Debug. Debug. Also, I should zoom in so you guys can see the code better. That's probably... I mean, that looks huge to me, but I'm sure for you guys on YouTube it doesn't look that big. Like, it's like the blocks, like, giant letters to me. I think it's a 21-inch monitor. So that gives you a size of how big the text looks in real life to me. All right, waiting. Why are you recompiling Game World? I didn't touch... Oh, because it's debug mode. Because we hadn't compiled this part in debug mode before. Steam's not running. Come on. Updating Steam. Oh my god. Can I do a non-Steam debug build? Because I feel like that should... Okay. Let's edit my CMake profiles here. I mean, this might be a clean build. So I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm just gonna call it Clang debug without Steamworks. Oh, actually, there's already a preset for that. So I'm gonna delete that. I'm just gonna enable that preset. Clang debug without Steamworks. Okay. Let's try that. Just regular. Okay, it's got to actually configure CMake probably. So let's. Do I have to delete cache and reload project? Oh, it's already used for Clang debug Steamworks. Friggin' Christ. Well, I guess because Steam open, so we'll just use the Steam version. All right, that's okay. Almost all vibe coders thought they will make $1 million. They failed. Well, I mean, you know, what do you expect? They're not the most I don't know. It's like they're outsourcing their thinking to like a machine. Do you think they're really going to be making good decisions? Do you think they're good at making decisions? Like, you know what I mean? If you were good at making decisions, you wouldn't outsource your decisions to a machine, you know? That's what I'm saying. Oh god, why are you taking... Well, that might have been a clean build there. Debug clean, though. Anyway, I know I'm not gonna make $1 million on this. I mean, it'd be nice, but unlikely. Alright. There we go. Let's see, do we hit an assert anywhere? So now if I click him and I open up my... Ah, okay, we got an assert. Okay, so T. Oh. Okay, well that's T greater than or equal to. So okay if T equals lifetime. What books are written by AI? I don't know, yeah. Maybe I missed the comment in there. But... yeah. Oh, it's funny there are books that teach about vibe coding. Yeah. Yeah, that's insane. I always find this like to be a funny thing when people are like, "Oh, I need to learn how to use AI." And I'm like, "Bro, the whole point about using AI is that you didn't have to learn." Like, you know. Anyway, you can get my I promise that I don't that I won't use any of that shit here. That's my guarantee to you. Ah, okay, here we go. We gotta... Oh, okay. Oh, come on, that's a little bit stingy. Okay, well... It's like a tiny bit over, but what happens if I, what happens if I clamp it? So std clamp. Zero to one. Ah. Love how this game looks. How long you been working on this project? What made you choose OpenGL? Well, I chose OpenGL a long time. Well, the answer for the first question informs the second question. So the first question is how long I've been working on this. I think I mentioned this a lot because I get this question a lot. But basically, like, I've been the first bit of code that I wrote. I mean, the game I've been working on since 2020, beginning of 2023. That's the easy answer to that. The questionable answer is like the engine. That goes back like all the time to like the first piece of code is from like probably around like 2011, 2012. I think 2012. So, you know, that would explain why it's OpenGL. Because there was only basically two options at the time, DirectX or OpenGL, and I chose OpenGL because I wanted it to potentially be able to run on more than one platform, which is DirectX would only allow you to do it on Windows. So that's why I chose that. Would I make a different decision today? Maybe. Okay, so that looks interesting. That looks correct. Now the third one is the questionable one. This... Okay, something's happening here. So that's it. We'll get black there. Interesting. So I'm gonna put a breakpoint and we're gonna see what happens in between these two. So, this region is the thing we care about. Oh. We're not even going, we're not hitting this breakpoint. Ah, it's this. Because of course it's gonna be this. It's got the else. It's the friggin' else. It's not. They're not independent. Okay, they're independent variables. Because it should be going like backwards. Okay, so. This is what happens when I code while I'm on stream. Like, I forget what the hell I'm, like, I make stupid, just, like, weird mistakes like that. Like, anyway, let's get the music back on while we compile. And then, hopefully it'll work. All right, here we go. Let's pick my color editor. Okay. Andrew Kelly banned AI code for Zig. Based. Incredibly based move. Beautiful. Okay. Look at this. So, our last color is green. We got green on this side. Our first color, we're going to say black. And then our middle color is going to be, I don't know, blue. Now we can move these around and we get like a gradation. Is it just me or does this not look like 50 ticks? This looks like less than 50, but this looks like maybe it is 50. What happens if I just like increase the number of steps? Let's do 128. Because that's a good number. Yeah. Let's see if that looks better. Also, I should do this in release mode now. Let's go back to release with debug info. Yeah, no, I saw like some clips from an interview with the guy from Zig. He seemed pretty cool. Although I will say, I mean, first of all, this increases my opinion of Zig over Rust. But I will say that he was talking about why he invented Zig, and like he was like, why I tried Rust first or whatever, which is like, why did Go. I'm like, I don't know. Just use C++, man. Perfect language. Nothing wrong with C++. I mean, that's correct. People who use AI don't know what they're doing, because if they did know what they were doing, they wouldn't be using AI. Like, I have yet to meet the people who use AI as a tool. Like, everybody says, like, you know, friggin', oh, you know, AI is just a tool. And, like, I'm like, yeah, but you don't use it like that. Also, you know, friggin', I don't know, like, fucking nuclear weapons are just a tool. Like, that's an insane thing to say. Like, it's like, you can't just say, like, oh, this thing that exists, you can use it well and use it badly. It's like, no, some things are just kind of bad, you know what I mean? Like, maybe nuclear weapons was an extreme example, but you know how I feel. Okay, so. Okay, that's much smoother. So let's see what happens now with our... I'm going to mute this. So, now we'll see our little hit particles when we smack, and it'll change color over time. Stoofstrup says computers are dumb. They are. I mean, that's kind of why they're useful. Like, okay, so it turns... So I'm going to make this, like... Let's make it start red, then go bright green, and then go, yeah, white or something like that. What is that? Oh. Okay, so it's mostly staying... I could have the shader... No, okay, so it's working. It's just like it's, Okay, I'm gonna... I need to fix the shader, I think, because I think there's something wrong with the shader. So I'm gonna go into particles.a... particle.fsh? The fragment shader. Then I'm gonna go to, we have our tint here. So, I'm gonna do, the tint is just gonna set that equal to this. Then I'm gonna do my whole thing. If age is greater than start tint time .w, tint is equal to this, which is otherwise if tint is greater than peak tint time, tint is equal to this. Sorry, actually, it shouldn't be else. It should be reversed. It should be reversed. So it should be the biggest one first. So if the age is greater than end tint time, then we have it equal to this value. If the age is greater than peak tint time, then we set it to this value, which is, yeah. And then if the age is greater than start, we set it to that. Okay, cool. Then we're gonna reload our shader. I just want to make that, yeah. Let's reload our shaders here. I'm gonna smack just the wall here. See what happens. Oh, I can't. Why can't I see my? So it's going green and then it's fading to white, which is cool. But maybe just because my T value is so let's move that over that way. It seems like it's not getting the red in there. What happens if I move this guy over? Okay, there we go. We got our red, but now we're not getting our green. I'm gonna basically rewrite the shader a little bit, just a little bit, because I think it's incorrect. Because this is like all wrong here. Oh, wait. I mean, it could just be my... Okay, I'm gonna do it with the smoke, just we're gonna get like a better idea. So, just to see how that works. Oh, yeah, this also looks wrong with the fire. Yeah, because that shouldn't have changed anything. Okay, I'm gonna rewrite some stuff. Let's redo the shader here. So, I'm gonna go to render.cpp. We're gonna find, oh, we're here already. Okay, so this is now gonna be equal to just the sum of all these things. And then that should look better. I have a game idea. What do you think? I mean, lay it on me. I will say, though, I think the idea that people have for a game is less important than they think it is. There's a lot to do with execution. Like, I almost think, like... I mean, yeah, lay it on me. Lay it on me. What's the game idea? But I'm saying, like, I think that you can make a good game with pretty much any idea. So even if your idea is bad, you can still make a good game with it. So just don't be worried if you don't think you have a good idea. But you think you have a good idea, lay it on me. Okay, that looks definitely different. So I'm going to go to my fire, and we'll see if we get this right, because this looks... Okay, so... also... Oh, wait. Age. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Wait, is age over lifetime or not? I don't think so. Particle to VSH. Where do we set age? Okay, no, age is just the scalar, like the difference. Okay, so I'm gonna go find my fire, and we're gonna see if we can tweak this. Okay, it's fire pit, fire emitter. This one. We're gonna go to our in here. Go to our particle emitter. We got our fire. Okay, this. Okay, see this. Yeah, this looks interesting. So obviously the white needs to... Why is it stepping? That's interesting. Okay, something doesn't seem right. Okay, I'm gonna turn the value to 1 on all these ones. Just so that we can really see, and then I'm gonna turn the opacity, the emission to 0. It's because I really want to see the color here. Because this looks wrong. Yeah. Because this should be red on one side. Let's do green in the middle. And then blue at the end. So the end one is correct, but it's swapping these two colors around. Is what it looks like it's doing. So, okay. Yeah. Age. So this is... Ah, okay, so... The game is a high-concept PvE action roguelite. Yeah, I mean, you know, you just gotta execute it well. Any idea you have, you just gotta execute it. Okay, yeah, this is totally wrong. This is totally wrong. So, peak tint. This is gonna go between peak tint and end tint. And this is gonna go between start tint and peak tint. And then the values here are peak tint time, and this is start tint time. So now it pushes for teamwork and tactical play while using environmental interaction and chemistry engines, anti-toxicity, griefing systems that reward teamwork. Yeah. I mean, once again, great, but, like, the thing I'm trying to, like, drill into you right now is, like, having a good idea for a game, is, okay, we have a, there's a lot more to making a game than having a good idea, right? Okay, we need a, like, in fact, you know, there are a lot of really good games based on just, like, you know, pretty simple ideas that are really good. Like, execution is... Okay, there we go. Look, we got the rainbow exactly like we want it here. So now, if I move these around, it changes. It does look a little odd that it's kind of stepping, though. So, like, something looks a little bit strange. If I make this, like, really, really smooth, maybe it won't step. No, it's still, Let's do it with the smoke. Alright. Smoke emitter. Just because that gives me a bigger area to see it over. Maybe there won't be as much. Because we really should get, like, a good gradient, right? So I'm going to set this to red. Then, like that. And then, like, green. Okay, so let's do... So now I can mess with my colors here. Okay. Yeah, okay, so we're not getting that gradation between the first two. We are getting the gradation on the second two. So something is incorrect here. It says between... So, that would be in this area. Ah. We need to swap these two around. And then I think if we reload the shader. There we go. Now I have my really smooth gradient. There we go. See? That's exactly what I want. So I can change the color over time. It features randomized starting gameplay biomes. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't think what I'm telling you is I don't think I can tell whether or not the game's gonna be good just from like your idea there. There's a lot more to it than that. Also, like, so what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to build a prototype and show it to people and see if they have fun. Basically, is my point. I think that looks pretty good. Obviously, the colors are a little bit funky. So I'm going to quit out of this. We're going to reload and see what the fire looks like. See if it looks proper. And then we can, like, maybe tweak. Okay, so. Yeah, okay, so. I mean, that looks... So I think it's probably, like, a little bit too white. But now that I'm, like, confident that my sliders work properly, I'm going to grab the fire emitter. This guy. Now, I'm going to... I have my... I'm going to pull that guy a little down. So we're getting it... The white happens more close to the beginning. And now we have this guy here, which we can use to... or maybe it just needs to be a tighter... Yeah, and the other thing we could do, if we could make it... We could try this. Like, what happens if we, like... make it go dark at the end, but then turn the opacity up at the end, so it's like turning into the smoke or something like that. Oh my god, come on, there we go. My things are 1 second. There we go. So my opacity is going to go up right at the end to make it like, and then the color, like, let's make it like black. Oh, but then the dissolve is making it, I'm just messing with stuff at this point. I'm just trying to show off that, like, it can do it. We will enter an NDA partnership and then you will build the game with my vision. No. No, we won't. Yeah. I'm sorry. This is a... Nobody... If you have a good game idea, you actually need to be able to make it, by the way. Because a game idea is not really worth anything on its own. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I have my own game idea I'm working on. So it's like, you know, you're not gonna get me to make it. Yeah. Yeah. I think you're just being facetious, probably. Anyway, sorry, I was just messing with this. Let's... Right at the end. So, like, don't dissolve it at all. Why is this... yeah, 1. That's it. Oh, I guess the lifetime needs to be higher. Yeah, look at that. It's like turning black and then becoming opaque. Anyway, that was mostly just a test. I just wanted to see if that works. But yeah, so I can make the fire turn into the smoke, I guess, is kind of the idea. So, oh, and then I can do it like this, where it's like it comes in and then comes out, you know what I'm saying? So I can make all sorts of different animations with this, right? And like, obviously I can make that would be like gray. But anyway, Interesting. I think it looks like a fire. But I didn't really want it to be like this. So I'm gonna, one last time, we're gonna reset and we're gonna mess with that again. I'm just gonna tweak the little things. Oh, I guess I could have just done undo. I didn't have to restart the game. Although I don't think I set up undo for that while we were... Okay, so I think the issue here is just too white. So we take our fire pit. I'm just going to tweak this, and then we're going to move on to something else. So I take my fire pit. But now I have good controls. Fire emitter, this one. Take my particle emitter. Take this guy. I'm going to do it to pure white. Maybe like a little bit off-white, actually. Like there. Bring that down. And so... tweak the middle. I want like an actual orange. Get a little bit more orange in there. And then the red is just going to be... the red can be like a darker... or like a little bit more... yeah, maybe that. And then... yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I think that's where we're going to leave the fire for now. So I'm going to save that. I have a question. For example, do you know how to put fire in the game? How do you... how do I put fire in the... like, how did I do this? It's all the particle... like, it's the particle system. It's the same thing that does the smoke. Basically, like, here it is. So we click on our fire emitter. I can just show you how it's set up. There's no, like... there's nothing in the, see... there's nothing in the thing that says fire for this particle emitter. There's no code that's specifically for fire. Basically, I have particle emitter. I picked a little flame.png here, right? And then I set these different parameters to animate over time, right? And that's what makes it look like fire. You just, like, kind of look at some fire, like, look at a picture of some fire, like, let's, campfire or something like that. That was like an actual photo or something. Yeah, okay. So, here's a fire, right? Basically the whole idea is you just take a you take a picture, you see like it's like there's like some white in there, it turns yellow and then it turns red. And so I kind of duplicate that on this curve, right? So it starts sort of like white, or like, I guess in this case it's yellow, but it's really bright so it looks white. And then it turns to red at the edge. Which is kind of what I have here. I mean, it's a little bit more stylized than the actual fire, but I think it looks pretty good. Yeah. It's just like, I made a generalized model of a particle, and then I just, you know, you tweak the parameters until it looks like fire. The whole thing is just building a system that allows you the control that you need to make it look like fire. And that's what I was kind of doing earlier on stream when I was setting these colors, so that I could tweak it to look kind of like that, right? So I kind of wanted to do like the... Let's get the pan. So you can kind of see, if I pull up the pan. It does this guy. And if we wanted to tweak that guy, it's the same controls, right? Oh yeah, I wanted to kind of like make it come in maybe yellow. 0.25. And then I just want to see what happens when we... Okay, so that's actually kind of cool. So we'll make it start yellow, and then it goes... I don't know, what happens when we give it red? And then end... Oh, but that's like a pink. I want it to be like red. Yeah, if I make it flash different colors, it makes it like kind of interesting. You know, like We'll have green at the end. So I think I need to desaturate these and also move this back. Yeah, making it flash different colors I think adds a lot too. But so I'm just gonna kind of desaturate these a little bit. Oh, that's not the right button. It's the saturation that I need to tweak. So let's set the saturation to 100 on all of these. Actually, no, let's set the saturation to 150. 150 and 150. Actually, I think I want to get the starting saturation like full yellow. Like, I think that... Honestly, I think the full saturation looked better. So, full red. And then we'll go to white at the end, I think. And then I'm going to shorten this at the beginning. I think we need to swap this to go full yellow here. Full yellow, but we're going to start with red, actually. So it's going to hit red, and then go to yellow, and then fade out. So I'm just going to tweak that. That's what I want. And actually, I could make that go too. Doesn't that look cool? Like with the different colors? So I'm gonna drop that. I'm gonna save my prefab. And now if we restart the game. Okay, so now I think we're done with the particles for now. We're gonna move on to something else. But I do think that oh, why is this draw HUD, get component? Uh-oh. What component are we trying to get? Fucking Christ. Did I have something in my inventory that I'm not supposed to have? Shit. Okay, so let's, one second. Player.json. What changed in between these? Let's get my music back on. 1 second. Come on. There we go. Music is on. Okay, so, what was I doing? I am, going to check the diff. Did I break this in some way? Yeah, weapon slots here. He's not supposed to have any weapon slots. Sorry. I accidentally saved the player with some weird changes to him. That's fine. Actually, these we can just, okay, that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and save my player actually again. So I'm gonna... Okay, so we got it. Okay, so now we're gonna work on sort of the environment around the tower. So I'm not gonna pick that up. I'm just gonna check that my yeah, I'm gonna pick. So I am gonna pick this up. I'm just gonna check that my hit particles actually work. So I'm gonna do that. Yeah, so that worked. So I'm gonna undo that. Okay, we're back to the way things were. Okay, so we're gonna go over to the tower, and I'm just gonna like make the landscape in the background kind of like, because basically, I want to get a money shot for like a trailer that I gotta make in the next like, I gotta make it like tomorrow. So I'm gonna capture the footage and shit. But anyway, this needs to look better. This like the area around the tower needs to look better. So I'm gonna go free camera. I'm gonna jump to here. And then we gotta add some like details or something. I'm actually gonna move the player a little bit closer so that we can like but yeah, I think we need like a cliff or something here just to make it look like a little bit more interesting. So I'm gonna make this cliff like a little bit more sheer. We're gonna get some music going. Gonna turn off this music. You can free camera. And I'm gonna make this like a cliff. So I'm gonna I'm gonna go to my terrain. Terrain. You've guys seen me model terrain many times before, but I'm gonna do it again. We'll take our flatten. We're gonna get average. I'm gonna just increase my brush to like a really big. So I'm gonna, because I want to make it like a little bit more of a cliff, I'm gonna do flatten average. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and to target, I'm gonna sample this and just bring everything up to that level here. Then I'm gonna do the same thing under here and bring everything to that level and increase my strength. So it's kind of like a actually I should go a little bit lower. What? No. There we go. That's what I want. Make it like really big changes to the terrain right here. And then I'm gonna smooth that off. Just make it a little bit more aggressive. And now I'm gonna use a different sort of rock textures. So I'm gonna go ahead and subtract actually. Just pull out a little bit more. So I'm gonna go texture paint. I'm going to swap out the sand for this guy, and then we're gonna paint on some like this type of I'm gonna do my strength a little bit lighter. Yeah. Kind of make that fade in. On top of that, I'm gonna put the sort of grass texture. And then on here, I'm gonna put more of this rock. So, yeah, you can see how I actually think it's like a really good, I was really happy with the workflow that I came up with for terrain. You can like really quickly like create terrains. Yeah, I'm just kind of painting it in. And then I'm gonna take a big like rock mesh, and I'm gonna, do I have a, what's this one? Yeah, this is the one I wanted. So just to kind of like make it like a little bit more interesting rocks as opposed to just like the texture on the wall, we can add like a like one of these guys. Rotate. I'm gonna rotate it out a little bit. And that kind of like, it's just gonna add some more interesting, and I'm gonna rotate that slightly actually. Just like I kind of get making it fit into the wall is kind of sometimes tricky, but you just do that. Also I should move it over to make it fit better. That's good. Now, I feel like I should also, I mean, no, I could tweak that. I feel like these rocks should actually be like a little bit darker, by the way. I'll have to tweak that elsewhere, because I can't tweak it from inside the game at the moment. But let's add some more rocks. Oh no, I want the gray one. Yeah. Just to because like I use this same rock mesh in a couple other places, so if you add like a little, if you add a couple other like just things into it, it kind of hides the fact that you're like reusing the same one. So I can like have like this guy popping out. You know, he just adds like a little bit more interesting. Yeah. So actually, what I think I want to do is I want to change the color of this guy to match more of these rocks, which I will tweak later. But now, so let's just like zoom back a little bit. And see what the environment looks like with this cliff in there. I'm just gonna save the game here. Okay, so the other thing is there's a little seam there, which we're gonna fix. But yeah, you can see already there's like that's like a thing. It looks different. So, so this is, let's put some more, like, just random rocks places. Yeah, so this is gonna be kind of like a rocky area next to the tower. I'm gonna go back to my terrain brush. Oh, shit. Why is we crashing here? Index material. Oh, I know what I did. I pressed the wrong button. That's okay. We saved everything, so we're still good. So let me go back to where the tower was. Turn my audio off here. So sorry, that's just what we were working on. You can still see it. So, I'm gonna, oh, we're hearing the big rock coming down the hill. Oh, that's kind of cool that the dust particles are working for that. Sorry, I'm not gonna stand here because I just activated the rock by accident. But yeah, you can see the rock is coming down and there's some dust particles that are coming on it. Is it a good idea to build your own physics engine? Maybe? I can't... I'm not gonna say no. I didn't do it. But I can't say that it's a bad idea. I mean, it might be a bad idea if it's like... if you're trying to do a bunch of other stuff at the same time. But like, you know, I mean, I'm all for making your own stuff. Like, you know, if you think you can do a good job, do it. But, like, I mean, you don't have to do it. Like, you can do whatever you want. So, texture paint. I'm going to sample the palette from here. I'm going to paint this guy in. Add more of this here. Maybe here, too. Okay, so we have a blending issue that we need to... okay, so I see what's going on here. We got these two that have different indices on which texture they want this one to be. So, here's what I'll do. I'll remove all this stuff. We're gonna select... Ooh, I see, but it's gotta move into... Okay, we gotta do some palette management over here. So, this guy's gonna kind of come in and go here, but... we are going to switch palettes to have this guy be this, which is just grass, which is this one here. And we're going to paint that on this top side so that it hides the transition. And then sample this guy with paint their guy in. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, so just like the surfaces that are kind of horizontal, I'm gonna decrease my strength here. The surfaces that are kind of like vertical, I want to have them be like this guy, and then I'm gonna turn off the place palette here. And the surfaces that are horizontal, I want them to be like more grassy. You know what I'm saying? And then so we can put in some more like actual rocks here. Oh, also this was supposed to be like a ditch, so I'm gonna keep this ditch going. Subtract. So it's gonna go all the way around the tower. Increase my. Actually, here's what I can do. I can sample the. I can do flatten. I can sample the target from the bottom of the ditch. Oh. There we go. And then I can simply flatten to that target. And then everywhere I go, it's gonna cut down to exactly that. Because like the whole idea is they built like a ditch around the tower so that you couldn't like, you'd have to go through the ditch to assault the tower. That's kind of the idea. Yeah, it would be extra work. So you just gotta like, kind of like do the like, I would say like, do a little bit of research on the physics engines that are already available, and then ask yourself a couple questions. Do they do everything I need them to do? Do I enjoy using them? And how hard would it be for me to write my own? And do you enjoy using them is actually a really big... this is an argument people make for, like, make against custom engines, which I think they're not involving a... They just ask how much work it is to write your own engine, and they ask, you know, does the off-the-shelf engine already do everything I need? But there's one question they're not asking themselves is, do I enjoy using it? And that's actually, I find that that's a really important thing. And I dislike a lot of the off-the-shelf engines. That's why I wrote my own engine. So if you dislike using other physics engines, then, like, if you don't have a good time using them, then you can write your own. I mean, you can write your own. There's nothing stopping you from writing your own. You're allowed to do that. Like, you know, it's just like... So I would just do research, see if you like them. If you don't, then write your own. Otherwise, use them. I haven't tried Box 3D or Jolt, you know, but people say good things about Jolt. I haven't heard enough about Box 3D yet, so I can't tell you whether or not it's good. I will say a lot of people seem to like Jolt, so, you know, maybe try that out. But yeah, you know. Sorry. Yeah. That's... One second. So at the bottom of this, it's... Oh, shit. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to have this be, Frig. I keep not pressing... Okay, so... Yeah, so I gotta put more of this guy in here. I'm gonna turn off replace palette. I would use Jolt because... I mean, yeah. I mean, I would use it because it's a good physics engine. Or so I've heard. Ooh, uh-oh. Oh, I need to... I meant to do smooth. Whoopsies. Oh, actually... let's go back to flatten. to target, I'm going to sample this guy. And we're going to flatten to that level. Increase my strength. Yeah. There we go. And then now I'm going to smooth that out. No, not flatten. Smooth. Keep clicking the wrong thing. Increase the strength on that. There we go. That's what I want. Decrease the strength. Decrease the size. And just kind of do the wall here. Make that a little bit nicer. But yeah, like, I mean, for me, I wouldn't necessarily, I mean, in terms of like C versus C++ at least, I would easily use a C library if I think it's a good library. I don't really care if it's like C++ or not. But like, for example, I wouldn't use like a friggin' library written in Rust just because, like, you know, that would make my build system like way more complicated than it needs to be. Also, I don't really trust anything written in Rust. Sorry. Texture paint. So, not because I think Rust is a bad language, but I just think like the mere fact that somebody felt the need to write it in Rust tells me something about their thought process. Yeah. All right, cool. How does this look? Looking pretty good. This probably needs to be extended. The little ditch needs to probably be extended out this way to all the way down to here. So flatten. I'm gonna pick the target here. Let's zoom in. Gotta do this from close range. Okay, so that's our target. Oh, I guess it dips down over here, so we kind of gotta actually what I actually gotta do is I want to sample this level here and bring that in this way. If C++, I mean, for me, because I use C++, like, although I do think like C++ is pretty much like the language for game engines. Like, there's no other language that really comes close to C++ for this type of work. Yeah. Just because like all the libraries that are available, but also once again, I wouldn't even think twice about putting a C library in, just because the integration with C++ is like honestly perfect. So so I'm gonna just do, now I'm gonna do mid average. So smooth that out. Okay, how we doing here? And I'm gonna do smooth, and then I'm gonna do a small, larger radius, but a small strength maybe. Yeah, just to kind of clean up some of these artifacts here. And then also, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna texture paint. I'm gonna sample this guy. Can I put that along the wall? Am I not? Oh, okay. I need to click this. Okay, we're getting too much of that. I think I actually won't. Yeah. So the sides of the wall, I think I want to do more of the, I think I want to get rid of this patchy grass texture. I don't actually want it here. So I want to get this guy on the wall a little bit. Or on the bottom, along the bottom, and then along the wall. I'm gonna have this guy. Yeah, so if you want, you can walk through the trench, but like, you know. And then just reduce the strength here just to make it like a little bit of a smoother. Yeah, so all along the bottom of the trench is gonna be here. And then I'm gonna sample this guy. Sorry, sample this guy. We're gonna turn that, ooh, because we gotta make that be grass. Interesting, interesting. So, that's why I was blending it in with the patchy grass. So what we gotta do is we gotta take the patchy grass. We'll have to handle this especially at the edge here, but I'll just clean it up later. But so here's the patchy grass texture here. And then we can take the smooth grass texture and sort of paint it in this way. And then because we have this sort of barrier here, it prevents I'm gonna strength right down. It prevents any kind of turn off replace palette. There we go. That's what I want. Okay, so now we gotta do this edge here. We gotta get that sand in there. So, what's this guy? Oh. So. Yeah, replace palette. So it's this. It doesn't have either of those guys. So the patchy grass texture has to be replaced with something else. Which is going to be, I guess, this guy? And just make it look a little bit more mixed, you know. Have a little bit more tests. Okay. Yeah, mixing these is funky. Okay, what's this guy? Oh, I see. We'll use the rock, actually. We'll use the rock texture as the transition. Because that way. And so, here's what I'll do. I'll replace that with this guy. Oh, wait. 1 second. Okay. Replace this with grass. And then, so we'll do this guy around all the, at the top, and then at the bottom, we'll turn it into sand. So, that's all good. Oh, God. Doing these transitions is annoying. I wish it would, like, I wish I could come up with some way to, like, automatically do this, but, you know. And so then this guy is going to be... So at the bottom, it's going to be like a... This guy. Okay, almost worked out. Now I got to do this to be... patchy color here. Ah. And then don't replace palette. Just put this dirt here and this guy now. And now that's going to cover over any kind of weird transitions. Fantastic. And so what I'm going to do is I'm also going to take the flatten. I'm going to target. I'm going to pick this guy here. And then we're going to flatten everything to this level. And we're going to sample up here. Oh, no, that's flattened gradient. I want regular flatten. Yeah. More like that. Yeah, that's good. That's what I want. Increase the size, decrease the strength. And let's smooth that out. Gonna do the same thing along the bottom. Flatten. Pick that guy. Oh, that's too high. That's just regular flatten, no target now. Smooth. Just make it real smooth now. Regular subtract. And then smooth. Let's just smooth the wall to make it like a constant angle there. So, what does that look like? A little bit more interesting terrain. All right. What does it look like from Luigi's perspective here? All right, starting to take some shape. 1 second. Just gonna check something here. Okay, so let's go to the angle that I kind of wanted it to look from. Actually, what does it look like coming out of the jungle? Because I think that could be cool. Okay, so we see Behemoth if we look this way. I kind of want an angle where you see from the edge of the jungle the tower. But, I mean, we could extend the jungle this way to do that. I want to see you walking out of the jungle where you see the tower, but you don't see Behemoth. So I guess what we could do is I'm going to take my terrain. I'm going to go smooth. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut away a little bit of this mountain so that we can have like a view that, I don't know, actually, wait. So I'm going to take this, flatten, subtract. Just gonna, yeah, I guess we could have it come up to here. I'm gonna have to like rejigger how I have the trees in 1 second. So if I hit terrain and I go to rebuild vegetation, now everything's back on the right level. So, ooh, shit. So I kind of wanted a clear view of the tower, so I'm gonna cut away some of this. Oh, I guess we could just have it come right up to there. Yeah, I want to get rid of this blockage here too. A little bit less on that too. And obviously we're going to smooth out that as well. So, yeah, this can, we can make that climb a little bit more slowly. So I'm just gonna, we're gonna go to smooth here as well. We're gonna sort of smooth out a lot of that stuff. Subtract. So we have this kind of like depression here. Okay, so I'm gonna take flatten. I'm gonna decrease the size, so we can just keep this edge going here. Also, I wanna. I guess I'm gonna flatten. Yeah. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this gradient here. I'm gonna pick the. So we're gonna go flatten gradient. We're going to pick the plane. And so now you see this X is kind of along the plane. So everywhere I smooth through is going to follow this exact plane, right? Which is cool. And then I'm going to flatten to this target, which is down here. So I'm going to pick that level. And so this can go a little bit lower then to kind of match so it's all flat here. So we don't want anything above this level because this is the level of the path. There we go. So if I rebuild my vegetation, and I also save this, what does it look like now from Luigi's perspective? Okay, we can definitely see the tower. But this guy is too... So I'm gonna get my flatten. Not to target, I want it to be average. So that we can get this going, this stuff going on. Okay, cool. So, I want this whole guy to be taken away. That whole thing. So, I want you to be able to see the junk. The environment is enormous. Thank you. It's something I've been working on for a while. So let's subtract some of this stuff. Like, I want a really good shot of the tower from here. The sight lines need to be good. So this whole hill here is too tall. So let's subtract. So I'll need to obviously move that down a bit, but... I'll need to clean up that whole area in a second. I need to go back there in a bit. But I don't want this block, this view blockage here, right? You know what I'm saying? So how's that going? That's pretty good. You have focused deeply. Sorry, I'm not talking anymore, aren't I? This is how I am normally when I'm working on the game, when I'm not streaming. Okay. So. There we go. We can see the tower now from here. So now I want to extend the jungle out. So first of all, we're gonna save this, and then I gotta fix these. 1 second. These guys are kind of floating, so I'm gonna first of all I'm gonna go take the terrain, and then I'm gonna smooth it out a little bit just so it's not so bumpy. You know what I'm saying? Some weird patch here that I gotta fix. With the palette, yeah. Okay, so basically, for this texture thing, I can just... What? Sample. Replace palette. Replace palette. Bam. Okay, fix that. Okay, so... yeah, let's... Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back to the smooth. Smooth that out a little bit. Subtract that. And then... So this is the thing about good tools. Like, obviously, like, I'm focused in on doing the work now. It's like, you get good focus when you have good tools. And the terrain thing I'm really proud of because I think it works really well. I'm gonna... Where's that dead tree? Why can't I... Oh, there it is. So put the dead tree down there or something like that. Okay, so save that. So you can get a lot of work done really quickly if you have good tools. And the terrain tools, I'm pretty happy with the fact that they're good. So flatten this ridge a little bit. Yeah, so flatten. I'm gonna do it to this target. Just kind of level it off. Oh, but now that's gotta... Now I gotta smooth that. So I'm gonna take my flatten. We go average. And now we can get that. And like that. Okay. Subtract this bit on the side. We don't need to go that high. Increase the strength. Go back to flatten. Right there. And now I can smooth off the side of it too. Kind of like that. That's what I want. Yeah, so like you edit the environment real like smooth like that, right? And like if you want to build a good big world, you do need to have these kind of tools, because like there's no there's no way you're gonna be able to make like a world this big without in Blender or something like that. If you got to export it and into the game and every time, like you just got to be able to like immediately edit the stuff and then be able to test it out. So what does this guy look like? Okay, this is starting to look good. So now what I want to do is I want to have more jungle. So I'm going to take, I'm going to extend kind of the jungle floor texture, which is like this guy. So texture paint. I'm going to sample that guy. And then we're going to start painting it over here. Where's my guy? Where's my guy? Are you hiding? Oh, right there. So now I can, this one. Just gonna like paint that in all over the place, kind of, because that's like the jungle floor texture. And then you can kind of like mix it in with like some other stuff. So let's do like a low strength of this. So yeah, if you mix between two different textures, like it fixes some of the tiling artifacts, or I mean, it hides them rather. So what we're gonna want to need is I guess we're gonna want a path that goes up this way. So I'm gonna take this guy. I'm gonna kind of paint him in there, going up this way, and then I'm gonna take the vegetation mask, and we're gonna paint a path going up this way so that we can cut through the trees. Right? And so basically it's not gonna spawn trees along this path. That's what we want, because that's the path we're gonna go up through. So now I'm gonna go to my terrain. I'm gonna rebuild vegetation, so we can see that basically the there's no trees along this path. So I'm gonna I can flatten it to try to get the oh shit, I need to flatten it to this target instead. I'm gonna go back to flatten average. Subtract? Yeah. Smooth. Okay. So that's got to be way less steep, right? So I gotta basically get like a vague, yeah, this is like way too steep. So I'm gonna keep subtracting. This whole hill is gonna be a lot less steep. So I'm gonna increase the size here. And then we're gonna smooth that out, or flatten it, I guess. Then we're gonna take, subtract again, subtract to the bottom. Then I guess we'll take our gradient, or we'll do flatten gradient. Flatten gradient. We're gonna sample this gradient here. Smaller. Yeah. And then we're gonna get everything on that gradient. So that's actually gonna be lower. So how does this, what's this gradient look like when we're walking on it? Oh, wow, so it's way tall. Okay, ouch. So, this is pretty steep. So, gonna add view camera. I'm gonna go right down here. Gonna just like smooth this way out so we can get so I guess I'm gonna take this plane here. That's a little bit too so I'm gonna go flatten actually. Average. Increase the size a little bit. And now I can take flatten gradient, target, sample my target here. No, sample. Oh god, why didn't that sample? That's the sample that I want. Okay, so now we can get it to that plane. But what I really wanted is increase the strength there. So that's now like a really flat. Okay, but it needs to go up. Or maybe not. Okay, so it's this stuff at the bottom. Let's flatten average. Let's get that like in there. Cool. Okay, now I'm gonna rebuild my vegetation. We're gonna save. Now, go back to texture pen. I'm gonna continue doing my path because like, oh. Let's go to my vegetation mask paint. Yeah, okay, so this needs to be extended. All the way up here. So let's rebuild our vegetation. Cool, that got rid of those things along the path. Okay, so, how do we look? How are we looking here? Also, I gotta go texture paint to get some of the path texture in here. Oh, it's this one. Yeah. Yeah, so that goes all the way out here. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, if I do say so myself. And so this probably needs to be smoothed at the top too, because I think this is a... I think it's still too steep. It's still too steep. So let's subtract at the top here. Increase the size. As you can see, it's all rough, but we can fix that in a second. There we go. Now I can flatten. Just kind of like pull that in. Okay, decrease my size now. And now we can get a more consistent level along this path here. So there's like kind of like a hump in the middle. So I'm gonna subtract. Yeah, like that. Right. There we go. And then I feel like I'm locked in right now, actually. Like, so, oh, jeez, it's already 2 o'clock. One moment. I'm enjoying this now. Flatten. Alright, that's kind of like a good... Just extend that out that way. Yeah, kind of pull that in. Yeah. I am 2-man. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to rebuild. Awesome. I really like the look of this path here. So, yeah, that's kind of cool. Like, that would be like a cool shot for the trailer, just like zooming in, coming around here, yeah. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to smooth. Where's my smooth? Where did my terrain window go? Here it is. Smooth. So now. Ooh, my audio ended. Let's get that queued up again. Stream music. Alright. Funky tunes. Alright, so now let's go back to our texture paint. We're gonna paint in more of this crap here. Because this is all, I want this whole area here to be kind of jungle. So, okay, so you see this guy, I need to replace with this guy. And then we're gonna like kind of feather these two together. Yeah. So, how we doing here? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take like a little mini, so where's my tree spawner? Jungle tree spawner. So where does it cut off? So it cuts off right here. So what I want to do, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like duplicate it. I'm gonna move it here. Oh, that moved everything. But it's okay. Ooh. Wait, 1 second. This is Jungle Tree Spawner 1. What happens if I... Ah, shit. I hope I saved that. Because it looks like we crashed. But let's see, how far did we get? I hope I saved that, jeez. Alright, where are we at? Oh yeah, I forgot to say, I don't know if you saw this like little water splash that I added. So now if we jump in the water, we get a little water splash, which I think is cool. See? Nice. Alright, so back to where we were. Okay, cool, we're still, we are all good, we're all good here. So, sorry, I wanted to take my jungle tree spawner. Something weird is happening when I duplicate this. But anyway, I'm gonna teleport it to here. I'm gonna save the game. Also, I'm gonna make this smaller. Do 10 by 10 and make that what is it? Or 5 by 5. Okay, so this is just gonna be like a little tiny area here. So I'm gonna save. And then when I reloaded this, the other jungle should come back because I don't know why. Okay, cool. So, okay, so we got, okay. So we have this little jungle here now that we can move around. So, we got jungle tree spawner 1, which is this guy over here, and this is jungle tree spawner 2. So I'm gonna find our jungle. So we can just kind of like, our little one, we can move it around. I kind of want to have it here. I want to increase the size just a little bit, to 7 by 7 maybe? Rotated this way. Cool. And so now we have like 2 spawners that kind of like overlap a little bit. Now we have like a whole jungle area that's like right here. So this is the money shot of the tower through the I want to move that smoke emitter too. I'll have to deal with that in a little bit. But anyway, this is the money shot of the tower through the trees. All I gotta do is now cut like a little bit of a path. Terrain. Let's do a texture paint. Oh, actually, let's do the vegetation mask paint first. So we're gonna just extend this mask to basically cut this way. And then I kind of wonder, are these 2 trees gonna like survive if I do this? Or are they... I might have to like manually place 2 trees just to get the framing proper. But what happens if I reload that? Oh, it does. The 2 trees survived. So I'm gonna now take my texture paint. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. And sample this palette. There we go. And remove place palette and just link these guys up. Okay, so I need to decrease the strength here and kind of like feather this a little bit, just with this guy. So yeah, that kind of like gives it like a nice mix of textures in here. Isn't that kind of a nice like forest path kind of thing? Also, I guess I want to sample this guy. And we can bring in like a little bit of that guy in here too. Turn on replace palette. And then like really just mix these 2 textures really, really finely in here. So you can't, like, almost that you can't tell which texture is which. It's just like all mixed together. Yeah, so let's get rid of the grass and just do like these guys. Okay. So this is at kind of a funky angle. So these guys are, feel like I gotta smooth out the angle a little bit so that these trees don't look so messy. Also the max angle for the, oh, here's what I can do. Here's what I can do. I can get my jungle tree spawner 2. I can set the this is the mahogany level. I can set my max angle. Oh, that's weird. Why is it not getting rid? Oh, maybe this is jungle tree spawner 1. Yeah, so there we go. So the max angle for that is 30 degrees. Ooh, maybe 32? I want it just so that it disappears. 35. No. 35. Okay, cool. 40? No, 40. So 35 is where we're going. What we're going with. So 35. Now I'm gonna take my tree spawner 2. I'm gonna also set that to 35. 35 and what's this guy? My Pentandra. Yeah, that needs to be adjusted too. To like 20 degrees. Okay, but now I'm not getting enough trees here, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my terrain. Save first. I'm gonna smooth out this. And then I'm gonna sort of flatten the top of it. Or subtract, I guess. And so the top of this is gonna be flat. So that we should get more trees spawning up here. So let's make it like lower and then like flatten. And then like a little bit smooth. A little bit of smoothing action along there. That's pretty cool. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna rebuild vegetation. There we go. Okay, but now this guy's in here. I didn't want that. So, smooth. Maybe the mahogany's got to be 20 degrees too. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to take my this is what I need to do. I need to take my jungle tree spawner 2, and I just need to take my mahogany and or jungle tree spawner 1. Sorry. Take my mahogany and drop it into the ground just by a little bit. Yeah, so 0.3. Also, I should give it some roots or something like that. So I'll make it minus 0.25, and then later I'll give it some roots, and then I gotta do the same for 35. Minus 0.25. Now, save. Yeah, I gotta give this guy like some roots or something so that if it's exposed, you can still see that it's coming. So now, if I do I get my money shot? Bam. We'll see that. Nice. Beautiful. I feel like it needs to be a little bit higher up on this side. So, gonna go back to my terrain just to get the exact angle that I want. I'm gonna add so that I'm standing a little bit higher up. Well, oh, where's my add? That's better. So now go to flatten. Target. So I'm gonna pick this guy. So it's gonna be flattened to this level here. Nice. Increase my strength and my size too. Okay, cool. So now I just gotta make it so that this hump is kind of like less noticeable. So now I can take my smooth, get that a little bit smaller. And now as we come up, we start to see the rest of the tower. I feel like I want this cliff, the whole cliff, to be moved back a little bit. So I'm going to subtract. So we're going to subtract a whole section of this cliff down to here. So I'm going to flatten. We're going to sample this level here. We're going to flatten down to here. So it's going to end where we're standing right now. And then it's kind of curve in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And so we'll go back to my texture paint now. Oh, actually, go back to flatten. I gotta go back to flatten. I gotta sample this level here and bring everything up to here just so that we have a continuous like level that we can stand on, right? Then texture paint, just to show that where we can walk. Sample that palette. I'm gonna get more of this along the side. We have to replace palette. Okay, and then we're gonna put this along the top. Decrease the size, increase the strength. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Then we'll take smooth. Just smooth all that crap around. So now, what are our sight lines like? So from between the two trees. Ooh, I gotta move this edge too. So I'm gonna take subtract, or I'll take flatten to target, which is this target. Increase my size, just like, yeah, like real. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move this whole path here down. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, what do we look like now? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. There we go. So I'm now gonna need to fix this whole... Okay, texture paint. Clean up that. Just to show where we can walk and where we can't. And now, flatten to target. We're gonna sample the level up here. Okay, interesting. So that, yeah, so that now we can walk up this way and we can link up. So flatten average now. And now we have like a... Now we have a path we can walk on. Texture paint. Paint in the path to show that we can go there. Uh-oh. Let's sample that palette. Oh, I see. We're mixing our textures here. So I'm gonna put that guy in as this texture. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna need to fix this path as well. All right. So let's sample. Okay, so we need these two to blend now. How are we gonna do? You know, maybe we don't need them to blend. Maybe we can just do that. And then we'll just use this as the common texture in the middle to do the seam. We'll get this guy. Paint that in here. And now I'm gonna turn off replace palette, gonna go here, and all the seam parts are just gonna be painted in this color here. And now I can go back to flatten. Just make sure that's all nice and flat now. Now I'm going to flatten gradient. I'm going to pick this gradient. I'm going to decrease the size. Sample plane. Yeah, now we can flatten it to that gradient. And that's going to fill in the kind of like gradient that we need to get down this hill. Nice. Increase the size on that one. Perfect. Okay, so let's get back to what we were doing up here. So go back to texture paint. I'm gonna pick this guy. Paint that in. Go back to here. Decrease the size. Paint that in. And now let's do the grass just to make it more clear. Okay, so save. What do we got here? Well, I don't need to. Okay, so what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Beauty, 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 beauty. So here we go. This is our walk to the tower. We start in the jungle. We're coming up this way. Blam. Tower. Tower. Nice. I think it looks like a much better money shot. Anyway. It is way too late. It's like 2:30. I've been streaming for like 3.5 hours, I think, now. So I know I started like 10 minutes late or whatever. But I think I hopefully made it up to you with some extra time on the back end. For all those who are still watching, let's see how many of you are still watching. Probably not that many. A couple of you are still watching. So, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys again on Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern. I gotta record this as a video for my GP Direct segment. So I'll probably be doing that today and tomorrow. I want to thank you guys all for tuning in. Do not forget to like and subscribe. Discord down below as well. And wishlist the game for sure. A Short Odyssey on Steam. Link below. And finally, after you've done all those things, you'd like to subscribe. If you really like this kind of content, you know, this is all I do. This is all I do as my job every single day is work on this. And then I also make free content for you guys. You can give me a small donation down below so I can buy, like, hard drives and stuff. So for my video editing and stuff. Small donation on my Ko-Fi link down below. If you really like it and you want to help financially support me. Like $2, $5, or $10 is kind of the amount that people normally do. But anyway, only if you want to. Sorry, I probably should. That was probably not a great sell. But anyway, should have been more hard on that. But anyway, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. And with that, I will sign off. Goodbye. See.